Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, test. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
One question related to
Hello.
if I were a bank and I lower the interest, would be affect other than any other than inflation?
If the bank will lower the interest rate?
Yes. What sector would get affected other than inflation?
Okay. If because when you say interest rates, it's either interest when you deposit money or interest when you borrow money. Okay, borrow. So maybe if you borrow now, the charge is 15% or 12% per year. If they will lower that to 5%, you encourage people to borrow because very cheap. Okay. So meaning to say the government wants money to flow into the economy because many people, businessmen will borrow, so there will be more capital in their investment. Now that is one way of helping the economy to recover because money will flow. So they will invest, they will hire people, people will receive salary, so they have money to spend. Okay. But if the economy is good at the peak, it's not also good because that will lead to inflation. So the government will increase the interest rate so that they will stop borrowing. The money will stop flowing into the economy.
And what do you think of like if Cambodia were to lower the interest, would boost the economic or like?
Yes, boost the economy because you encourage people to invest because capital is cheap, cheaper capital because the interest. Wait, huh? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. We will discuss that when we come to. Okay. Oh, here, just bring this one. We have to, I do not know which one yet. Just try. Okay, so good morning and happy Monday. Okay, good morning. Now, by the way, how many subjects you have this term? 4. And you have midterm exam for the 4 subjects? 3. If A, what subjects? Micro. So if we have no midterm, only one. Only one midterm. Okay, let us see. Okay, so we will continue with our topic in chapter 1. We are still here. 51. Okay. We are done with this. Not yet? Okay. Okay. Now, remember the 4 macroeconomic objectives of government. Okay. It relates to what? Economic growth, inflation, unemployment, and balance of payments, and not balance of trade. So now we'll discuss about unemployment. We know that if unemployment rate is high, what's the effect of that? Is that good for the economy? No, madam, people are not buying. Demand will drop. Business will not be happy. Okay? So how do we compute unemployment rate? Okay. So number of unemployed divided by total workforce times 100%. Now, workforce means what? Why this is not total population? Yes, because the population includes the newborn babies. They cannot work. So the working population usually, depending on the country, maybe 16 or 18, okay, years old and above. Okay. Now, there are 6 types of unemployment. Frictional and seasonal are short term. Okay. Structural and technological, sometimes permanent, because people are replaced by machine. Cyclical is long-term unemployment. Because of the business cycle, sometimes recession will stay very long time. It becomes depression, it becomes stagnation. So because of the business cycle, sometimes recession will last for many years. Okay, so long-term unemployment. Now, when you say frictional, why this is just short-term? Now, frictional is when you transfer from one job to another. For example, you work with company A, and then you resign, and the following week, you work with company B. So for 1 week, you have no employment, very short time. That is frictional, when you switch from one job to another. Another frictional is the matching period. Like, for example, after you graduated from college, you apply, okay? You start looking for a job. But when you apply in Phnom Penh, for example, they do not need accountants, meaning your skills and the need of the industry does not match, okay? So what you will do, maybe in Siem Reap, there's a need for accountants. So you go there and apply, finally you find a job. So while you are still matching your skills with the need of the industry, that you are still unemployed. So that is also frictional. Frictional. Because maybe you are in a place where your skills are not needed. So you have to move to another place to match the skills plus the skills needed by the industry. That is short term, frictional. Seasonal, it's because, season in 1 year, okay? Like in Cambodia, during rainy season, they will hire more farm workers. But after the rainy season, dry season, they don't hire them. So they are unemployed during dry season. In other countries, they have 4 seasons. And during winter, beach resorts are closed. So workers there are unemployed. So we call that seasonal unemployment, meaning they are not employed because of the season of that particular year. But that is short term, okay, short term. Now, structural is when the structure of the organization changes. Like before, for example, you used to hire people to do or make the product. But then you found out that it is cheaper if you buy the product from another country. So you remove your employees from a manufacturing company, you become an importer. Okay, because when you just import, you need less people. So they will be out of job. So it is permanent. You will not hire them again. Okay, unless they will upgrade their skills and look for another job. Now, technological unemployment is also permanent because manual work is replaced by machines because of technology. Like before, we do a lot of bookkeeping manually. Now we just buy QuickBook, very easy. So you will be removed. from your job. Technology will displace your skills. Now, cyclical is more on the business cycle or trade cycle. That during recession or trough, there is very high unemployment. And usually, recession will last for long period of time, sometimes 2 years or 3 years before the economy can take off, just like during COVID. Okay, 2 years, to recover. So it is long-term unemployment. Now, real wage unemployment is when a labor union negotiates for a higher pay, okay, for the employees. For example, the salary is 150 and the labor union is negotiating with the employer to raise their salary from 150 to 200. Now, if you have 1,000 employees, that's a very big expense, additional expense, okay? So what will the employer do? They will negotiate, okay, I will give 200, but I cannot hire all of you. We cannot afford. So some of you will have to go. Some employee, we will give 200. That is what the real wage you're asking from me. But since I cannot give all 50, it's too much expense. So I will remove some employees so that my salary expense will be more or less the same. So those laid off or removed becomes unemployed. But real wage unemployment will just self-correct in the long run. Why? If many workers now are out of job, they will just negotiate and say, just hire us 150, it's okay. It's good to have 150 than no job at all. So they will just negotiate for, not the real wage, but below the real wage. Okay, now. Six groups. Okay, use your chat GPT. You will understand more about this unemployment. Okay, so we will divide you into 6 groups. And one, two, three. 1, 2, 3. So 3 groups here, 3 groups here, okay? And then you will have one presenter. One will present, okay? Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3. Group 1. You follow the number there, okay? This is group 2. And this is group 3 for group 3. Okay. Group 4. This one, you share, okay, how many? Group 5. Group 6. Okay, so you just count the number of students and share, okay? Now, please write your group members because you will receive 2 marks. Can you please count off so we will divide? Can you please count off, Butay? Okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, continue. 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Please, so the next person will know. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Please count off accountants. This is only counting, not accounting. Okay, Longlong, can you count? They do not know how to count per group on the side. 30? 27, okay. Here on this side. How many? 24. Divided by 3. Okay. So 8. Okay, so divide yourselves into 3 groups with 8 members. Okay. And then please write your members on that piece of paper. No need to write your answer. Okay, it's up to you how to present this. Okay, please write the names of your group members. Those present will receive 2 marks. Okay. Now you divide the task. You have to now research what is this topic all about, real wage. Okay, do it fast. I'll just give you 5 minutes to work on this topic, and then we will start the reporting. You write your group number, huh? This is group 6, group 5, group 4, huh? Please write your group number. Okay, be sure the names are in the list. I will collect the list now. Hmm? And then please indicate who will present. Presenter, okay? You choose one member who will present. I use the technology. Use your AI. Just one, do not make it very long. Yes. No, only one. Group 1, frictional. Group 2, seasonal. Group 3, structural. Group 4, technological. Group 5, cyclical. Group 6, real wage. You know, you just focus one by one, okay? Group 6, focus on real wage. Who will present for group 1?
Yes.
Long. Okay. Where is the paper now? Put,
Think so recession is when in this period.
this is draft, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is draft. You're right. Who is the presenter here? So easy for me to put the marking. Okay, group 6. Sarah, your group is complete now?
Yes. Just this, just 9.
Okay, just put X for that, huh? And then, who is the presenter? Just indicate here. Because if we have another group work, we will have another presenter, not the same presenter, huh? Okay. Now, please indicate who is your group presenter today, because the presenter will receive 3 marks, the members will receive 2 marks. And next time, when we have another group work, that presenter cannot present anymore. Another student will present. So you will get 3 marks every time we have, so that you have chance to present, all of you. Those who have presented now will receive 3. They cannot present again. It will be assigned to another member. Okay? Okay, so you will present. How many members you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And now group 2. How many members? May I see your paper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who is the presenter? Please write here. Right here, who is the presenter? Oh, group 3. How many are you? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who will present? Okay. How about group 4? 7. Please indicate who will present. You write like this, who is the presenter, because they cannot present again next time. Huh? Okay. 4, who are the other members? 4, 5, 6, 7. So you belong to another group. Okay, here. So how many are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, group 6. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 9. Okay, sick leave. Okay. Okay, group 1 ready. Okay, I'll give you the microphone. Here. Explain to them what
Yes. Good morning, class. My name is Long. I'm from Group 1, and today I'll be talking to you about frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment is a type of unemployment that arises when workers are searching for a new job or are transitioning from one job to another. It is a temporary type of unemployment. It is usually part of the natural unemployment and hence is present even when the economy is considered to be at full employment. Unlike other kind of employment, frictional unemployment does not increase during an economic recession. On the contrary, during a recession, it tends to decline because workers become more concerned about keeping their job and fewer job opportunities are available in the market. There are 2 causes for frictional unemployment. One is a mismatch between worker and available job, and the other is the worker dissatisfaction with work conditions. Effects of frictional unemployment. Many economists view reasonable level of frictional unemployment as a positive event for the economy. It provides business within the economy with a larger selection of human capital. Due to frictional unemployment, company may gain access to more qualified employee. However, this phenomenon can also have a negative impacts on the economy. If a job seeker take a long time to find a new job, in this case, there will be an increased frustration among job seeker that can lead to decrease in productivity. And moreover, longer frictional unemployment may result in production decline in an economy. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Okay, so group 1 is done. Group 2.
Hello everyone, and for group 2, I'll be explaining about seasonal unemployment. So seasonal unemployment is when people temporarily is out of work because of seasonal fluctuations in uh, demand of labor, which means people go out of work based on the season or on the weather fluctuations in that year. The causes of these seasonal unemployment can be either weathers, holidays, tourism, and many more. Uh, the types of seasonal employment jobs are also lifeguards who aren't needed in cold winter months, or personal accountants who are needed during tax season, agriculture workers who are unemployed outside the growing season as well. That's
Okay. So seasonal because like Christmas season, they hire more workers. Okay. If that is for tourism time because the season is good, then some travel agencies and tour guides will hire more. Okay. So, okay, group 3. Structural. Okay.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Today, I'm here to explain to you the type of unemployment called structural unemployment. So, structural unemployment is a type of unemployment, a long-term type of unemployment. This happened because the worker skills does not match the job available in the economy. So, to make it simple, for example, for like automation, like nowadays AI took over factory worker job because they do it more efficiently and faster. Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay, now group 4. Okay, now on this side, all men. Now, gender balance.
So good morning, everyone. So my group will be covering the unemployment of technological. So technological employment occurs when advancement in technology, automation, or artificial intelligence replace human labor, leading to job losses. This happens when machines, robots, or software perform tasks more efficiently than humans. Example, manufacturing, robots replacing assembly line workers. 2, retail self-checkout machines reduces cashier jobs. Customer service, AI chatbots replacing call center agents. Banking, ATMs, and mobile banking reduces the need for bank tellers. So in conclusion, technological unemployment is a growing challenge as automation, artificial intelligence, and digitalization continue to reshape industries. While technology improves efficiency and productivity, it also displaces workers whose skills become outdated. However, this does not mean the end of job opportunities. Rather, the nature of work is evolving. So we need to enhance our skills and our abilities in technological. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, now group 5.
So our groups as group 5, we're going to present about cyclical or demand deficient or cyclical unemployment. So first of all, what is cyclical unemployment? So cyclical unemployment, it's a type of unemployment when people lose their job because the economy is not doing well. It's happened when there are not enough job available due to the drop in demand and also in for goods and services. So for example, in good time when the economy is strong, people have money and they spend it. So store and factory are busy and they hire lots of people. During the bad time, when the economy gets weak, like during a recession, people start buying less, store and factory sell fewer items, also they need fewer workers. So as a result, they might have to lay off some employee. So, for example, during the COVID-19, a lot of factory closed down, and a lot of, like the factory owners, they hire less workers, so they get a lot of unemployment. So they rise in unemployment. So in a simple way, imagine there's a toy factory in your town. When parents have job and money, they buy lots of toy, right? So the factory hire many workers to keep up the demand. But for example, if there a recession, so like when the economy is doing poorly, parents might lose their job and stop buying toys. The toys factory sell fewer toys, so it might have to lay off some workers because it doesn't need a lot of people to produce toys. So those workers who get laid off or experience a cyclical unemployment, so that they get unemployed. So to sum up, so what is cyclical unemployment? So cyclical unemployment happens when the economy is not doing well. It increases when the business aren't selling enough or cut off their job, and it decreases when the economy is doing good. That's all.
Very good. Very good. Okay, now the last group. Okay, Sarai.
Good morning, everyone. So my group will be covered the real wage unemployment. So real wage unemployment happens when the workers are getting paid more than what the employers could afford. Because of this, business may not be able to keep them and have to let them go. So it's not that complicated. You have to think of it like this. If a company has to pay worker a very high salaries, but they are not making enough money to cover all those costs, they might have to fire someone or stop hiring a new ones. So over time, these problems will usually fix by itself. When many people with the same skills are looking for jobs, they may agree to work for lower wages, so it making it to be easier for the companies to hire again. Um, Understand? That's all.
Okay, so these are the types of unemployment. At least we have male on this side and female on this side, the presenters. Okay, so we have gender balance. Okay, now, so let's continue. You know what? This is the beauty of technology. During my time, we do not have AI. We do not have chat GPT. The teacher will give us assignment. You go to the library. You read the book in the library. Tomorrow you report. But you see, AI will make you instant presenter because the information is just in your fingertips. Okay? Okay. So these are the different types of unemployment. Frictional is just temporary as they move from one job to another. This can be also the matching period where you're matching your skills with the need of the industry. Seasonal is a pattern, okay? Yearly unemployment patterns. Like they say, unemployment is high during winter, okay? Like they say in Spain, November is winter, so there is less workers, or there is high unemployment among those what is this? Businesses on like beach resorts because, you know, they are closed during that season. Now, structural is more permanent. When the structure of the industry has changed, okay, like for example, they say in UK, they close the coal mines because imported coal mines are cheaper. Okay, technological, the old skills now are replaced by technology. Meaning companies will declare redundancy. What is redundancy? Redundancy means you lay off because the skills are not needed anymore. You lay off because you close your business. Is that legal? Yes. Yes, that is legal. Because you close your business, you lay off your employees. Because their skills are not needed, then you have to remove them. So redundancy is what we call, you dismiss them, but that is fair. That is legal, okay? Cyclical can be very long cycle depending on this, okay? We call this the trade cycle, you know, recession, the trough. And they say that in 2008, it lasted for some years, so it resulted to very high cyclical unemployment until the economy can recover. Okay, real wage, you already know. Employers cannot afford the new wage rate, but this will self-correct in the long run when so many people are looking for job. So they tend to bring down the wage rate. Okay, now this is a CBE question. Okay, where is, I'm looking at your class participation scores here. Where is Lim Mining? Is Mining here? Okay, Mining, can you please read? Okay. Now, this is a CBE question. What type of unemployment this country is experiencing? Okay. Remember that they are in the wrong place and they're, or either they have wrong skills. Okay. They're unemployed because they go to a place and they have wrong skills. Or they have the skills but wrong place. Okay. Now, what do you think is the correct answer here? A, B, C, D. Okay, yes, that's frictional. Matching period. Okay, you match your skills, okay, with the need of the industry. Now, what is this in Kamay? Okay. You know this sponge? If there is water here, you put sponge. It will remove water. You transfer here. If you need to water this place, you get water squish. Meaning you can use this to add and to remove. Okay, if too much water, use the sponge to transfer here. But if there is less water, you get water, squeeze and add. That is how the government uses the policy to control the money in the economy. If there is too much money, it's not good. The government will get some, remove. But if there is less money in the economy, the government will inject money. How? Using two policies, okay? So we will discuss monetary policy and fiscal policy. Now, memorize this, huh? When you say fiscal policy, there are only three, so easy to remember. Taxation, government borrowing, government spending, okay? When you say monetary policy, this is about money supply. Now, madam, who is controlling this monetary policy? Your central bank. Because money is there, okay? They control interest rates, okay, including exchange rates. Look at exchange rates. Sometimes $1, 4,100 reals. Sometimes $1, 4,000. Sometimes $1, 4,200. Okay, every day there are changes. Okay, so it is central bank controlling this policy. How about fiscal policy, madam? Who controls this? Ministry of Finance. Okay, your Ministry of Finance. Okay. Now, how do the government control the economy, the money supply? Meaning these are policies used by the government for managing the economy of the whole country. Okay? They can use monetary policy or fiscal policy, or they can combine. We call policy mix. They combine monetary and fiscal policy. Okay? Now, what is QE or quantitative easing policy? You know, this is a policy where if you want to increase the quantity of money, they will just print money. That's not as easy as that, okay? Printing money, you need reserve. If you have no reserve, that will devalue your currency. Now, they say for short term, they can use QE, but in the long term cannot. It's not good because your money or your currency will lose value, okay? Now, when you say monetary policy, remember this, huh? OMO, open market operation, or money supply, or interest rates and exchange rates. Because there are what we call multitask questions on identify this policy, whether is this monetary or fiscal, okay? Okay. Now, remember, let's go back to the situation in the economy. Okay? Recession or trough, prosperity or boom. Okay. Okay, so before we start, let's have a break for 5 minutes. Okay.
Whatever it takes to get there. No, I won't drop you like everybody else does. Forget about your friends, they don't care where we go. If they do, we'll get lost in a crowd of people. I've been looking for you forever, baby. We go together, baby. We go. In this crazy world of choices, I've only got a few. Either you're coming with me, or I'm coming with you. 'Cause I finally found you. You never have to worry if what I say is true. Girl, I've been looking for you. And when I saw you, I knew that I finally found you.
This guy you are remake.
You know I'm gonna get.
Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so what is this? What point of this? Trough or recession? Recession. Okay, this one is peak or prosperity, or that's the boom. Okay, meaning to say here, economy is doing good. You know, sales of businesses continue to increase. Here, business not doing good. Okay. Now, how will the government manage this? Because these 2 points here, the peak and the trough, are not good. If the economy is here, the problem here is what? High unemployment. Why? Many establishments, okay, have closed down. If we are here, the problem is inflation. Okay, prices go up because people will have money to buy, demand continue to increase. They keep on buying and buying. It will pull prices up. So these are, look at the 4 macroeconomic policy objectives of the government. It focuses on what? Economic growth, inflation, and unemployment. Okay? Unemployment, meaning these are not good for the economy. The government must control inflation and as much as possible, full employment. So here, the problem is unemployment. What will the government do to revive, we call reflate the economy? To trough out, meaning get out from trough and try to recover. That's why recover, reflate the economy. What will the government do? The government will spend, okay, because of that multiplier effect. If the government will spend, money will flow into the economy. How will the government spend, madam? Will the government give each one money? No. The government will, okay, construct roads, bridges, hospitals, schools. And when the government invests, the business sector will be happy because they will buy construction materials. What else? They will hire more laborers to work. So these laborers will have money. They have salary, okay? And these laborers will have money, then they can buy. So meaning to say, if we are here at the trough or recession, the government must inject money, okay? Must inject money. Remember, Keynes said, government, you spend. But Madam Friedman said, do not spend. Okay. Now, if the government will not spend, how will you increase demand? Because here we call this demand deficient. Okay, the demand is less. Businesses are not doing good. They are closing down some of their businesses. They are laying off employees. The government can use this, taxation. They can reduce tax. Okay, so here the government will spend or reduce tax. Okay, reduce tax according to Friedman. Do not spend, just reduce tax. Okay, why reduce tax? If your salary is 1,000 and your tax is 20%, how much your net pay that you can take home? Only 800. Okay, meaning this is all you can spend. Your demand is only up to 800. But if the government will say, okay, I will reduce to 10%, so you will have 900 take home pay. So your spending will increase from 800 to 900. Meaning to say, your demand will increase. So spend, government should spend, reduce tax, okay? Now, what else? This is only fiscal policy, okay? If the government will spend, this is fiscal policy. The purpose is to reflate the economy, revive. But if we are here, the government can use also, okay, the government will limit spending. Here, increase spending, okay? What else? Increase tax. Here is reduce, here is increase tax. Okay? So these are still fiscal policy. But it's opposite to this. At this level, government will increase spending. At this, government will limit or reduce spending. Here, the government will reduce tax. Here, the government will increase tax. So if you will be asked during the exam, what is that fiscal policy? But what is the purpose of this? This is to deflate deflationary policy, not but to decrease, deflate, slow down the economy. The same fiscal policy, increase spending, but if the situation is here, limit spending. There's still fiscal policy. Government spending is fiscal policy. If we are here at the trough, reduce tax. That is fiscal policy. But if we are here, increase tax so that you can spend less. Okay, you can spend less. The purpose is deflationary. To deflate means to slow down a little bit the economy, to reduce demand because prices continue to go up. So here, fiscal, reflationary. This one, fiscal but deflationary. So careful with reflate, deflate. Huh? Reflate means to recover. Deflate means to decrease. Okay, to decrease. So this is only fiscal policy. You said, Madam, there is policy mix. They can combine the two. Yes. We will separate the OMO, how central banks, okay, increase or decrease money supply. Now, if the economy is here, the central bank will lower interest rates. Why? Okay, lower interest. Why lower interest? Because if you borrow money now, maybe they will charge you 12% per year. But if the government will say, okay, if you borrow now 5% per year, many businessmen will borrow money because your cost of capital is cheaper. So if they borrow money, money will flow into the economy. Okay, don't tell me you borrow money and keep under your bed. Okay, you borrow money, so you have capital, then you invest. You hire people to work with you. Okay? Now, so meaning to say, lower interest means the government wants money to flow into the economy, giving them cheaper capital. Cost of investment is lower. But if we are here, monetary policy, they will increase interest. Why increase interest, Madam? So that no one will borrow and the flow of money will stop. Because people will not borrow money, it's expensive. So money will not flow into the economy. So the same monetary policy to lower interest is to reflate the economy, revive. But increasing interest rate on borrowing, that is still monetary policy, but to deflate, to decrease money supply, okay? So they are still monetary policy. Now, be sure to understand, is this fiscal policy or monetary policy? Is it to reflate the economy or to deflate the economy? Reflate is to revive, to increase. Deflate is to decrease or slow down, okay, the economy. Okay. Now, central bank can do this OMO. What is OMO, Madam? Open market operation. Why open market, Madam? Because the government, through the central bank, okay, will sell or purchase bonds. You know, bonds are certificate of borrowing. Okay, certificate of borrowing. So selling of government bonds, and we have the treasury bills, okay? Okay, on the open market to regulate money supply. So they can sell or they can buy. When will they sell, Madam? Bonds. When will they buy back the bonds? Okay, this is how it works. Okay, So again, careful with this, huh? You already know monetary policy, fiscal policy, to reflate or deflate. You know when, okay? It is reflationary. When is it deflationary? Okay? Now, we will use another monetary policy we call the OMO. Okay, OMO. Okay? So it works like this. Okay? OMO means central bank is buying or selling government bonds in the open market. Okay. If we are at the peak, again, the economy is here. If we are here, the government will control inflation. If we are here, the government will control recession. Okay? Now, if we are at the peak, it's not good. The problem is inflation. Why? Everyone has money in his pocket. So you keep on buying, demand continue to increase. What will central bank do? Okay? So if there is inflation, they will try to contract the economy. Contractionary policy. To contract means to. But here, recession, the policy is expansionary. You will expand the economy. Okay, expand, contract. These are opposites, okay? So if we are here at the peak, the problem is inflation. So the government tried to curve a little bit, slow down the economy, contractionary policy using monetary policy called OMO. We already know that at this level, there is too much money in the economy. Business is doing good, people keep on buying, demand continue to increase. What will central bank do? You know, central bank will sell bonds to the bank. They will say, okay, bank, you buy our certificate. The interest rate is high. Then when you pay me, okay, so dollar will go to central bank. You know, that is one way of investing money. You know, banks are also investing your money as either they lend for high interest or they buy bonds of the government, okay? But why they are interested in buying bonds from the government? Because the government cannot go bankrupt. If that is a bond issued by company A can go bankrupt. But if that is issued by the government, that is, they say, risk-free. The government can always pay, okay? The government will not go bankrupt. So what happened now? The bank is holding this piece of paper, the bond, with interest, okay? So the bank will give money to the central bank because they're investing. Okay, we will invest. Oh, here's our money. You make it grow. Give us interest when you return the money to us. So what is the effect here? The bank will have low money supply. Why low money supply? Because they buy this. So they pay to the central bank. So the money of the bank goes to the central bank. Okay? Now, since there is low money supply available for the customers, anyway, their money is already earning high interest in the central bank, then they will charge high interest rates. No one will borrow. So meaning to say, money will not flow into the economy because people will not borrow money from the banks because the interest rate is high. So the flow of money will stop. Why? Who will borrow very high interest? Okay. So investors, businessmen say, not time to borrow. Okay. So money will stop flowing into the economy. Okay. Low money supply in the bank because they invest that in bonds and central bank is paying them high interest rate. Madam, why central bank will sell bonds? Meaning to say, the government is borrowing money from the people. You know, there are many ways of borrowing. Remember fiscal policy, taxation, government borrowing, government spending. Sometimes the country will borrow from World Bank. Or sometimes they borrow from their ally country like China or what. But when you borrow from outside, you pay in dollar. They will not accept your money. So there will be exchange rate, foreign exchange problem there, okay? If the currency is weak or strong. But if you borrow from inside your country, you still pay the same. Okay? You borrow in real, you pay in real. Do not worry about foreign exchange conversion of your money into dollar, okay? So the government also borrow inside the country. Why? They need money for government spending, okay? Remember, the government is the biggest employer. How many are working in the government? All the police, the military, the public school teachers, the public hospitals. The government is the biggest employer of the country. The government is also the biggest spender. You can just imagine how many office supplies every day, how many offices you have nationwide. That is government spending, okay? Now, so if the government borrow from inside, they will issue these bonds, okay? So what happened? If we are here, central bank will try to contract or slow down the economy by what? Selling. So when will central bank sell? Selling, because give me your money. Here's the paper. You buy this from us. It means to say the economy is here. And if the economy is here, the money of this bank is now in the central bank used by the government. They have less money supply, interest rate is high because we are up here. People will not borrow. Money will not flow, okay? But if we are here, the government will expand. We call this expansionary. What will the central bank do? Oh, the economy is not good, less money supply. So, that is the time when the central bank will say, bank, return to me the bonds. I will return your money with the interest. Meaning they will buy back this, okay? To control inflation, to contract the sell, to expand the economy, okay? They buy. So that return to me my bond, I will return to you your investment plus the interest. So meaning to say, the banks will have high money supply. Okay, high money supply. What will the bank do? You know, if they have money supply is not good, it should earn interest. So they will, you know, ask people borrow from us, okay? So they offer low interest rate. So at this level, trough or recession, central bank will buy the bonds here. And then since there is enough money in the bank, they return the investment plus the interest. There is high money supply in the banks. And then to encourage people to borrow, they lower the interest. If the interest rate is very small, like 5%, meaning if you borrow $100 for the whole year, you pay only $5, okay? Then people will be encouraged to borrow money and money will flow, okay? Low interest rates, borrowing rates, meaning money will flow because that will encourage people to invest. Why? Capital is very cheap. The interest rate when you need capital is very cheap. Okay, but if we are here at the peak, to stop people from borrowing so that money will not flow to the economy, they will charge high interest rates. Okay, so when to sell, when to buy, depending on the economic situation. Okay, that's why I say it's like a sponge. If there is less water, okay, lower interest rate, people will borrow and then money will enter. Okay, lower the tax so that they will have more money to spend. Okay, but reverse if we are here. Okay, the same policy, but sometimes you increase tax, some you reduce tax. You increase spending, you limit spending. And you have to analyze the effect of that, if that is expansionary or contractionary. Meaning to say, to reflate the economy or to deflate the economy. Okay? Meaning to say here, we are here, then you have to deflate. Deflationary. Here, we have what we call reflate. Now that is how the government, manages the economy. Like this one, money supply, okay, in the country. Okay, this is a sample bond certificate. The interest rate is there. Okay, maybe one bond will have now 50,000. That's the face value of that. Okay, you just pay me 45,000, I will pay you 50 at the end of that. Okay, there is that interest rate stated in the bond certificate. Now, in your MA2, you will encounter gilts. You know, gilts are bonds of the British government. That's the name. The Bank of England, the Central Bank of England, will sell these gilts to finance their national debt. They borrow money so that they can pay their loans. Okay? So why they invest in gilts? Because these are issued by the government and it is risk-free. The government can always pay. The government will not go bankrupt. In your MA2, you will encounter gilts issued by the national government, and you will encounter yearlings issued by the local government. Okay, so this is another bond certificate. You will see the value of this. Okay, and the interest rate. When is it due? Okay, this one is stock certificate. Do not confuse with stock and bond certificate. They are not the same. Because stock certificate, you will see your shares. Okay? But in a bond, it is in dollar, not shares. And you have interest rate. Okay. Now, monetary versus fiscal policy. When you say monetary policy, these are what? Controlled by central bank. But fiscal, Ministry of Finance. Madam, how often do they change the policy? For fiscal policy, changes can be after a year, after the review, the previous year's result. But monetary policy, like interest rate, exchange rate, they can change that anytime depending on the needs of the economy. Now, look at this fiscal policy. Fiscal policy, what are those policies? Taxation, government spending, and government borrowing. Now, borrowing, we call that PSNCR. We will discuss that later. Public sector net cash requirement. You know, government borrow money. You can just imagine government spending here. This is income. Taxation, government borrowing. Another is government spending, this one. I said the government is the biggest employer. You see, pay the police, health, education, your defense, agriculture, transport, so many. Now, during COVID, I heard that a household identified as ID poor 1 and 2, they receive subsidy. Subsidy is government spending. Okay? If the government will give assistance to poor households, okay, help them build their house. If the government will give subsidy, that is government spending. If the government will have social welfare programs for the poor, that is government spending. Okay? So why will the government borrow? Because they cannot run on a deficit. Okay, they know how much spending they have every year. So make sure they have income. They have enough funds for that. What, madam, if there is shortage, deficit? You cannot operate on a deficit. Why? You cannot tell your policemen, you have no salary. You have no salary this month because we are deficit. Cannot. The government should borrow to make sure that it has enough funds for this spending for that year. That's why they issue bonds if they want to borrow, or they borrow from World Bank, they borrow from IMF, okay, or borrow from other country. Now in UK, monetary policy is controlled by Bank of England, which is the central bank, okay? So they control this short-term interest rates. Okay. Now in chapter 2 and 3, we discuss the political factors, taxation, tariff. We discuss about economic policy, industry policy, environmental policy, social policy, foreign policy, which includes GATT. Okay? Protectionism versus free trade. Now, these are what we call political and legal factors. And this, okay, factors affect the organization, like trade barriers, okay? We have so many laws, employment law, okay? You have taxation, okay? GATT obligation. Now, who is overseeing now the GATT? Huh? WTO. WTO is now like a police, okay? Monitoring the implementation of GATT. Okay. Now, let's look at fiscal policy. Again, go to the business cycle. If we only use fiscal policy, if we are at recession, what will the government do? Huh? Increase spending and reduce tax. But if we are here, madam, inflation, what will the government do using fiscal policy only, no monetary policy? Just reverse. If you increase spending here, you decrease spending here. Government spending. If you reduce tax, if you are here, you increase tax here, okay? Meaning to say, if we are at recession, you lower tax. But if we are here at the peak, we will increase the tax, okay? The same policy, but you analyze whether increasing, reducing, increasing, what's the effect of that on the economy? Now, the government also sometimes will have budget surplus and sometimes deficit. What is deficit, madam? Expenses are more than income. Surplus, more income than expenses, okay? Now, identify this. First, Identify whether fiscal, reflationary, or deflationary. Or identify whether this policy is monetary, but is it to reflate or to deflate the economy? Okay? Okay, where is Tan Odom? Odom, okay, number 1, please. What is that? Fiscal, monetary? Fiscal? What is that? To reflate, to deflate? Remember, you have a long quiz after chapter 5. Huh? Take note of this. You will have 40 questions. Okay. Okay, Udom. Number 1, fiscal, monetary. I look at your notes. It's there. What? Final answer. Monetary. To reflate, to deflate. Huh? Analyze that. Huh? To re or d? Reflate. Huh? Reflate. Okay. Why it will reflate? What is to reflate? What's the meaning of that when you reflate? Huh? What is to reflate? What is the meaning of that? To reflate is what? Huh? To revive the economy. So how will you revive the economy? What will they do? This is what? To? You said to reflate. What is to reflate? You should know what is reflation and deflation. Huh? This is what? You study. Odom. This is to? I will ask this during the quiz. Long quiz. But not I will change the question, but it looks like this. So you have to study. If that's the only way to force you to study, I will include this in the quiz. Okay? So that is to reflate. To reflate means, okay, to revive the economy. Okay, to recover. Okay. Okay, number 2, where is Bunhak? Okay, Bunhak, number 2. What is this? Fiscal, monetary. Okay. Re or D? Okay, deflate. Okay. What will happen if government will increase tax? Increase tax on goods. What is the effect? It will make products expensive. So what will happen? People will not buy. So economy will slow down. Demand will, that is to deflate the economy. Okay, deflate the economy. Okay. Is Champo here? Huh? Where is Champo? Champo is still enrolled. I called him 1, 2, 3, 5 times already. Okay. Number 3. Where is Rainet? Since Rainet. Okay, it's Rainet. Number 3, please. What is this? Okay, what fiscal policy is this? No, what policy is this? Because there are 3 policies, fiscal policy. What is that? Okay, good. Fiscal policy, government spending. What is that? To reflate, to deflate. Okay, reflate when the government spends. Money is added. Okay. Where is Sochita? Same Sochita. Sochita is not here. How about Sin Vichika? Vichika? Okay, Vichika. Number 4. Fiscal monetary. Fiscal. This is what? Reflationary. What are the fiscal policies? What are the 3 fiscal policies? Look at your note. It's there. What are the fiscal policy? One is what? Huh? Look at your notes. It's there. Next time I will not give you lecture notes, so that you will read the book, which is very difficult to understand. Huh? What fiscal? Taxation. Very good. What else? What? Borrowing. Very good. What is the last one? Huh? Government spending. Very good. You know, just look at your notes. You see? Just look at, maybe you do not bring your lecture notes. Okay. Okay, just finish the last one. Where is Anok? Rin Anok. Anok not here? Huh? Anok? Okay. So it's already time. We will answer number 5 on Wednesday. Okay. Now, Kim Rock, let's finish this. Kim Rock. Number 5. What is that? Fiscal monetary. Huh? What? And then what is that? Reflate, deflate. What? Deflate. Okay, now you go. See you on Wednesday. You read your lecture notes, huh?